everybody and welcome to today's video. So this weekend I'm holding a working hunter pony clinic at my yard in Surrey. It's my first working hunter pony clinic or any form of clinic. Over lockdown I've been doing a bit more teaching as all the children are off school, so I thought it would be a good idea to see if people would actually be interested in me holding a working hunter pony clinic. Around us we don't have many people that do working hunter ponies, so I put a post on Facebook to see if people would be interested, and I had so much interest, so I decided to put on a 2-day working hunter pony clinic, and the 2 days filled up straight away in less than 24 hours. So I'm now holding a 3-day working hunter pony clinic starting tomorrow, which will be Friday. So booked onto my clinic I have a lot of novice ponies, novice riders, and some also more open ponies. Some never seen worker jump before, some worker ponies, so I've got a great mixture and it'd be really interesting to see how they all go. So I will be catering for tiny cross poles and just poles on the floor going through spooky fillers up to obviously more open ponies jumping a proper course. Our school isn't that big, so I limited my clinic to under 14 twos as it would just get too tight to be jumping big jumps in it. That's why I'm not jumping Lisa or Fiona around the course. So I'm just going to give you a walk around my course so you can see what I've got set up before people jump round it, and then I will be jumping Harris round it to see how the course rides. So I'm just going to give you a course walk around this course so you can see how I would ride it before I jump round it. I've set it up as a 13-hand M&M worker, so it's on about 13 hand striding, and it's all about 80 centimetres. Some are a little bit bigger, some are a bit smaller, but it's around that and it's on 13 hand striding. Okay, so you come round in right canter to your first jump. You're coming right out into these trees here with a nice forward canter. This is your first jump, so it's got spooky fillers at the side, so you need to be aware that they're going to take their eye off it, and being the first jump you really need to ride strong to it. So then obviously if you've landed on the wrong leg, come back to trot, change it, or do a flying change. Now the turn to 2 is quite tight, so you need to make sure you come right down into this corner to get a straight line, because it's a related distance to 3. So come right down into this corner so you can see your line through to 3. And obviously these are planks, so you don't want to be going too fast at them. So for a 13-hand pony, this walks 3 strides, and to walk it, so obviously if you're jumping a horse, you do 2 strides for your landing, 4 strides for a stride, and then 2 strides for your takeoff. But as for a pony, I would do 3 strides rather than 4. So obviously you've got your 2 for landing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's your 3 strides in the middle, your takeoff and landing, so that should ride a good 3 strides. And obviously spooky filler at that one, so you don't want to be running through that related distance. So then you're landing on your left leg, obviously changing if you've landed on the wrong leg. Then coming round to the double, which is very spooky. You've got white planks and the spooky cut out animals at the side. So you want to keep right to your fence to get a straight line through your double. And obviously it's a double of upright, so you don't want to go too fast at it. This will walk 1 stride, and again the same as I did with the double, there's 2 strides for your landing, 3 strides for your stride, and then 2 for your takeoff. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that will be a good 1 strides. Okay, so then you're landing on your left leg. Obviously if you land on the wrong leg, you change. You don't want to be going around the corners on the wrong leg, because it just looks messy and it puts the pony off balance as well. So then obviously another tight turn to this jump, because our school is quite tight. You want to be right into this corner to get a good straight line to this spooky green jump here. And also our school is on a slope, So you're jumping downhill now, so you need to be sitting up and not going too fast at it, otherwise they're just going to run down the hill. So then sitting up afterwards, because next is our pen, and it's quite a tight turn if you run around this corner to the pen. So you need to be getting back onto the right leg, down into this bottom corner to get a good straight, excuse the dogs, get a good straight line into your pen. So obviously you don't want to come into the pen on the wrong leg, you need to be on the right leg coming into the pen. And a lot of ponies will back off, so obviously you need to be positive going into your pen. And sitting up round the corner and going in front of them. And then you've got spooky fillers here. Okay, so you've got to start after your pen. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's 2 strides coming out of your pen to this style. And obviously if they've been looking through the pen, they're going to land and be all over the place, so you need to really ride for this one and don't be leaning forward. Okay, so obviously you've probably lost a bit of momentum going through that pen. You need to get it back, because then you're coming round, turning tight to this white gate here. So right up into this corner to get a good turn into your gate. Because obviously if you've seen lots of rustic jumps and then suddenly there's a white jump, they're going to be spooky at it. So sitting up nice and tall around that corner to the white gate. Then obviously you're turning left after this gate, so you want to be landing on the left leg. And then coming round to your last jump is the water trays. So they might have got a bit tired by now, so you need to keep riding forward, because obviously your last jump's the water trays, so it's spooky. And then forward off the corner and up the hill to the last jump, which is the water tray. Okay, so I'm now going to jump Harris round it, so you can see how it rides and how I ride it, and see if I actually ride it how I've just told you to ride it. So hopefully he's good. So I've just jumped Harris around the course. He jumped it really well and it rode really nicely, so hopefully we'll have lots of good ponies jumping around tomorrow. Harris hasn't actually jumped a course since before lockdown, so he was quite keen. You'll see in the video. He likes to go quite fast, so jumping him in a tight arena is actually really good for him, because he can't get to go fast and he has to come back to me. Distances rode well, obviously 3 through 2 and 3, 1 through the double, and then 2 coming out of the pen. He jumped it really nicely. thank you all for watching. I'm just going to give Ernie a jump round. I hope my course walk was helpful for you if you're thinking of doing working hunter ponies or just miss it. By the time this goes on, I would have already had a day of people jumping. But if you tune in on Tuesday, I will do a vlog of people's rounds jumping around here. So make sure you have a look on Tuesday.